A very, very warm welcome back to Prairie Farm, Michigan on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 9 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, we are into October 2 and I have been a busy bee, as you've seen by the contracts. We're back up to 414,000, so things are looking good. As far as seed production goes, I'm going to have to check in here actually how much we've got. I've been chugging away with this. I was using wheat originally, and then what I did was switch over to corn, because we're doing our corn harvest. Our corn crib has got 40,000 litres in. We've now got about 2,500 litres of dried corn. We've got some more flour, and we've got another canola oil pallet. So that's our windmill's chugging away quite nicely. We ended up with, on top of the 40,000 we put into the corn crib to dry down to make dried corn, we've got 140 odd thousand litres. We had more, 141,200 something, yeah. But I've been putting stuff through here as well. Actually, have I got any in there at the moment? He says. I can't remember for you. Oh yeah, put some in already. Corn. Okay. It's just because it's a new day. I kind of switched it off overnight because it goes through it fairly quickly, in all honesty. So let's turn that on. We've got seed additive, we've got corn in there. Yeah, we'll do a little bit more on that. If we just grab our tally truck. And we've got a couple of items at the main store which are used, which we're going to do our daily look at used vehicles, machinery, and then buy, sell, whatever we're going to do with them. How much seed have we got in here? Why is it not coming with an option to... Okay, so we've got wheat, 338,000 litres left. Canola, 54,000 from a contract. Corn, 141,218. Sugar beet, 148. We did all right on that, didn't we? Mind you, that was a couple of contracts, wasn't it? Peas, 45. That was left over as well. Where are we? Straw, we know we've got a load in there, which is absolutely brilliant. Where's our seed? Seeds, what have I made? 25,000 litres I've made. So I've been pushing this. Like I said in the last episode, yes, we can absolutely do a bigger, something bigger that produces seed at a faster rate. I haven't minded doing this. It's been all right, you know. Like I said, you just crack on and do a bucket at a time. Could I do a bigger bucket? Yes, you know, there's a whole load of stuff we could be doing, of course there is. We know these things. So, as far as contracts goes, the contracts are still sitting there from October 1. I haven't got any contracts on the go active at the moment because these are harvesting ones again, which would require we've got our harvester, we've got our vegetable header, so we could pick these up, although there's 16 hours left on them. I was kind of thinking, do I want to pick up another big harvest on these? That's carrots, green beans, spinach. We could do spinach. We haven't really done a spinach harvest. We can pick that up. I mean, that one pays out the most of the carrots, but I suppose we could pick up the spinach one, couldn't we? I might just accept the contract rather than borrow items, and we'll just use our harvester, and we'll chug away on that, I think. That might be one I'll do kind of in the background. Let's accept the contract on that. But what we have got to do, let's go over and check the stuff over here. The rest of October 1 into the evening, I spent... Oh, I need to fill this up because I was doing contract work. Or did I fill it up? Nope, I haven't filled it up. So let's start the engine. Let's fill up the diesel on the fence. Get that going. Yeah, so our field next door that had the corn in, this one here, has now been, we go across there, we harvested it, we know this. What I did was fertilised it once. As you can see, we've got a fertilising state on there. I did lime it, so our liming has been done. But what needs to be done now is the ploughing. So we're going to plough the fields, get that done. Then I'm going to do my second fertilising state. Then I'm good to go for seeding. I think I'm going to put sunflower in this one. Yeah, we're going to put sunflower in it. Why not? We might as well. But what's interesting with this as well, how are we looking? We are full. Let's move that just to one side. Is... you know, in the last episode when I was saying about the fence, and I thought, that's really weird, so I adjusted my field around it and all the rest of it. And then literally the very same day, and it seems like a while ago, and it was a while ago, it's been hectic. The real world, you know, it just finds its way in. The real world and family and life, and then obviously mods have been crazy, and maps, and just bonkers. But this fence that was here, this had an update, and the fence got removed in the update. So I adjusted my field around it, put a curve in, because the crop was right into the fence, and now the fence has been removed. The local council. Well, this council's a very British thing, isn't it? But municipality, wherever they're referred to as county, I don't know. They removed it. They came in and sorted it out. The people that own the vehicle shop, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this needs to be ploughed, so I'm going to plough it back square again into the corner. It's typical, isn't it? So I'm going to go and grab the plough, and I'm going to crack on with that. I'm looking at the problem is the pig food mix I'm looking at does a mix with was it wheat? Wheat, sugar beet, and sunflower. We have wheat. We've got sugar beet. We don't have sunflower. That's why I was going to put it in here. I wanted to do pigs today. Can't do cows yet because our alfalfa field hasn't grown. I suppose I could jump ahead, couldn't I? Until we got some crops that we can use for it. The problem is I'm so addicted to doing contracts, and because the contracts take hours at a time. Like I said, the problem between, getting an episode done. I started this 2 or 3 days. It was that thing of, right, okay, I've got the mods done from yesterday, the mods done from the day before. Oh, I'll send this stuff over here. The mods done from the day before. I've done my 2-part mod review. I've done the maps or whatever it is. Right, now let's crack on with doing my Let's Play. I come on, start doing some contract to get the contract done in the background. I'm an hour and a half in, 2 hours in, audio booking, having a great old time. Which, at the end of the day, it's about playing the game. But obviously, I need to make content too. And I'm having a great time. Audio book, contracts, great. Like a pig in, what. And then mods drop again. And then yesterday, I was like, brilliant. I'm ahead of myself. And then mods drop just after lunch. Rather than at 5 o'clock in the evening, which is when they have been dropping. So it slips further and further and further back, and it's frustrating, but it is what it is. So we're going to buy that as it is. So we'll buy that. There's a 3-point link on the back, which should, he says, can I hook onto that? I don't know if I can I? Will I just be able to push it, do we reckon? Let's buy it. I might be able to do the same with the header, I guess. I can just push them into the sell point, kind of, with the tractor, maybe. And then I'll sell those, so the money will go up a little bit again, 414. I'm not going to repaint them. Again, we're at that situation. I know I say every single episode, and people have asked me repeatedly, people keep sending me messages saying, I don't understand how come it's free. I don't know. It's something, that's not going to work. Something with the game. Actually, I might have to bring the telly truck over. The telly truck will work, won't it? If I use the bucket and just push with the telly truck. This might. Hasn't got a lot of oomph, but it might do. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's not a mod. It's not something I'm doing. I'm not. People seem to think I'm doing something a little bit. How have you got that to work? It should be the same for everybody. One of the updates caused it to happen that you can repair and repaint your vehicles for free. So. Yeah, like I say, I was going to say, I don't mind, I have every intention of paying for my repair. I don't generally repaint vehicles. I don't, because I like that patina. I like the scratches. I like that, I like the fact it looks like it's been used, it's lived in, it's been worked, it's worked hard all its life, that kind of thing. I like that. I think that's very cool. But the repainting is quite expensive. If you do the repainting for free as well, when you then sell it on, you can make an absolute fortune. You really can. I mean, I can't remember what we just bought that for now. I've got so blasé about the whole thing. I'm acting like it's no biggie. So yeah, for example, that's offered me 25,800 and something at the moment. If I repair it for 1,216, cool. It's now offering me 27,207 is the value. Repaint is 4,000. If I do that. And again, it hasn't charged me. That's now gone up to 32 grand. So I can make a big chunk of money. If we look up at the repaint on that is 11 grand. And because it's not charging me, that 11 grand I'm making back on top. So what I have been doing, generally speaking, I've just been repairing. So for example, that's 2,500 and something. I'll repair it. Again, it hasn't charged me. Someone did say if you're going to do that, shouldn't you be what's the word? Like putting that money back, lease or return something to allow for the amount. I guess, yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? I probably should be. And then I didn't sell them. So that was clever. Sell that. Sell that. And then what I'll do, I'll get the telly truck over, I'll push this in, we'll get that sold as well, and then I'll go and grab the plough and I'll get on with the ploughing. And then, oh, that was something I haven't tried yet, and I meant to, didn't I? Because we had the original header for our sugar beet harvester, or our beet harvester, and then we end up buying this one. I did swap back. I took the green off. I went for silver again. It was too much. It was it was over the top, you know. So we've got this header at the front, which is our kind of all crop one, but we had the one that came with our previous harvester we got rid of. And I said I didn't know whether or not the Colossus harvester would hook up to standard headers. The answer to that is yes, it will. But that header is only for sugar beet, isn't it? And I'm pretty sure this one doesn't. This one do sugar beet as well? I can't remember. Like I say, I was saying to MrSealyp this morning. It's funny. I say it's funny. I know that's one of those phrases people throw around and go, "Why is it funny?" Well, it's that, you know, it's a saying, isn't it? It's funny how you don't have to be away from something too long for you to kind of forget where you were, what you were doing. I kind of lost my thread a little bit, and I said to MrSealyp, you know, it was that thing of, right, I'm back on. What am I doing in today's episode? And I sat for about 20 minutes thinking, I don't know. I don't know where I was at, what I was thinking about doing, what I was aiming towards. I know I want to do animals, but I had a plan in my head of my kind of route to get to that point. But I can't remember what I was going to do. The order of operation, how I was going to go about doing these things, I can't remember. So I'm kind of having to re-find myself on here. And again, I'm recording this now. What time is it? It's 11 AM now. If Giants don't drop mods today, or they don't drop mods till 5 PM, or they don't drop mods, I mean, whatever time, I've got time to get my Let's Play done. If they drop mods just after lunchtime, then, and people say, why do you sacrifice doing your Let's Plays for mods? Because I do all of it. I do all of it. I try to do all of it. And with mods, it is Johnny on the spot, isn't it? Because the mods are, if the mods are daily, you want to try and keep up with mods and maps as they release, because they're relevant at that moment. A Let's Play, you can jump onto a Let's Play anytime. I might have done this Prairie Farms Michigan Let's Play in July. A Let's Play isn't as time sensitive. Admittedly, if you only watch my Let's Plays and you don't watch mod reviews and map tours, there are big gaps at the moment between my Let's Play episodes. And I know that's frustrating, but I guess, like, for me personally, yeah, the Let's Plays aren't as time sensitive as mod reviews and map tours. Which, yeah, it's the nature of doing this as a job, I guess, isn't it? That's the thing about it, you know. Yes, you can play Farming Simulator to have fun, and I have fun playing Farming Simulator. I have fun, you know, I love it when new mods come out. I love it when new maps come out. I love that with a new map, that exploration of uncovering new things and finding out new things. It's the child in me, you know. That is still exciting. 90% of the mods at the moment are either mods that are being ported over. It's, I suppose, technically same in maps as well, that are being ported over and are duplicates of base game stuff or whatever it might be. So I guess there is an element to it of there's not exciting stuff. That's not right. Like I say, maybe 90% of it, maybe that's been harsh, maybe 70% of it. But it's the new stuff. When you get a new mod, when you get a new thing come out, and I know I've talked about this a lot on mod reviews and map tours, it's exciting, it's cool when you get something you've never used before or you've never seen before and it does something new, or, you know, I like that voyage of discovery. It's a fun part of playing the game. So it's a difficult one. Yeah, it becomes that, how do you balance it? And I'm not balancing it particularly well at the moment, because we are very, very top heavy. And I said this a while back as well. This is the first time since I've been playing the game on FS15, since I've been making content, since I've been doing mod reviews, map tours and Let's Plays, that I've been in a situation, sometimes you get a week or so where you might have a really busy week of mods and maps, and then you kind of roll back into doing your Let's Plays daily. I don't ever remember a time period before where we've had so many mods on a daily basis for so long. It has been absolutely bonkers, and trying to keep up with all of that has been absolutely bonkers. What I'm going to do is grab now what did I want to put in it? Sunflower, which means I need my planter. Let's go with that. How much have I got in it? Not a huge amount. Okay. Sunflower, there we go. So we're ready to do sunflower in our field, but we need to plough it first. So let me go and grab the plough, then I'll sort out taking this over and we'll get that going. Then we'll get the auger. Actually, where is that contract? I didn't even look. I took it on like kind of, whoa, let's go. We are on field 4, which is right up the top. So it's up the main road from the farm just before we get to the animal dealer. Nothing else popped up? Nope. We are good. Right, so let me go and grab this John Deere. Get the plough on it. Get that going. It was commented. Thank you for. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate everybody. All the stuff that people have been saying. And because I bought that for doing liming, I bought it predominantly for doing liming, and then I've obviously got my herbicide and fertilizer spreading rig. When I get those contracts come up, somebody did say in the comments, why don't you just get rid of that and do your fertilizing with that? Buy solid fertilizer and do your liming and your fertilizing with that, because that doesn't stick out as far. That's got a much bigger boom. So on the fields that have got telegraph poles on, you won't get hooked up as often. That's a very valid point. It's a fair point. To be fair, I won't be able to use my concentrate then, and the concentrate is a much cheaper alternative at the moment, unless I can work out a way of producing my own solid fertilizer, which I guess we could do. There's nothing stopping us doing that. Let's get the chief rolling. Now, to be fair, just thinking, oh no, because it does say it needs ploughing, and when it needs ploughing, you do need to kind of get on with it, because otherwise you lose your yield bonus and stuff. You do need to get it ploughed when it says needs ploughing. I was going to say, if I got a direct drill, could I just go without... Oh, got a little bit of time. You never saw nothing, right? Nothing at all. Righty-ho, let's go. I've been trying to think of all the things that have been going on in my life, in my world, that I normally do my chatting about. Oh, yes. Can I talk about it now? I can talk about the main premise of it. There's one part of it I can't talk about at the moment, but there's the rest of it I can. Actually, it's a bit foggy in it. Shall I wait till... I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. Let's get this mist. It's all right at ground level, but camera level... You've got to think about the camera angles, people. You've got to think about the camera angles. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. Let's get a bit more... bit light on the subject. It's 8:33. I've set the harvester off and running on field 4. There's still got a little bit of mist. I've come a little bit lower down. Let's drop this down and let's get ploughing. I've taken over the auger as well on the vent, actually. So I thought what we'd do is get that done first, and then once that's done, because the auger needs higher horsepower, I think, than we've got on the white. So yeah, that's all right. So this episode isn't necessarily about this. I just thought, you know what? There's no reason at all why I can't talk about this now. So I'm going to. I said a little while ago, no, didn't want to hire a worker. I just wanted to raise the implements. There was some stuff in the works, and I said, did I mention I had a team squad? Never done a team call before, and MrSealyp had to help me set it all up. I've said before, I'm an analog person in a digital world. That's how my life is, you know. I learn what I need to do what I need to, but I'm not, you know. I was very tech savvy as a youngster, but, you know. That's why I play on console, not PC as well. I'm a Luddite. So, anyway, all that being said, this all started with the Kermit, as these things often do. Kerminator from Giant Software reached out to me off the back of Llama and some of the other things we've done as well about the farm sim community in the UK, specifically, but more generally the farm sim community and how great it was, and I think he was impressed about Llama and the things that we did. And when I say we, I mean I attended. Farm sim guy, DJ Goham, Farmer Cop especially, all the guys, Yoss and Jaden, and all the guys that set it all up and did the sort of the running of the event. They're incredible. And because the guys from Giants were there and kind of saw what was going on, I think they were impressed with what was happening. Anyway, all that being said, I spoke to a couple of people at Llama, as did Giants, and there's a charity, a UK-based charity, that came and had a conversation with them and reached out to ask if Giants would be interested in getting involved with some charity stuff with them. They are the Country Trust, and they are a UK-based charity. And Kermit said, much as Giants would and could absolutely do some work with them, it would make more sense if they worked with the content creators, the UK-based community, to do some stuff. Because, if it's a UK-based charity, and again, I have reached out, and the response I've had internationally has been incredible. I can't thank the guys enough. I'll talk about that a little bit more. There's some things I can't talk about yet because there's some things that are in the works, and that's not just me being, raising the hype and that kind of stuff. There are some things I'm not allowed to. Oh, no. I meant to turn that off. I don't want to create field there. There we go. So anyway, I was then linked up with the Country Trust. We had a Teams call. We had two now, possibly three. I chatted to the CEO of the charity, who was on the Teams call, one of the fundraising managers. There's Jill, Victoria, there's a lovely lady called Sarah as well. So I'm going to be linking myself with the charity. And I'm going to be doing some work with the charity anyway. They're very interested in my walk and talks. So they're going to link me up with some farms and farmers to go and do some actual farm tour, walk and talks, some real world. They said about maybe doing like a real world mod review, so of some of the equipment and machinery that farmers are operating, do a kind of real world mod review. The guys are so enthusiastic, and it's been absolutely amazing working with them, talking about some things, generating some ideas. So anyway, the Country Trust, generally speaking, what do? They help align children generally, but mostly disadvantaged children within the UK, to understand. Well, I mean, I'll read a little bit from the website because it makes more sense. So it does say the number of children eligible for the work the charity does has risen over the last few years and now stands at 1.1 million children. Let me just get the work again because I'm trying to read and I'm making an absolute hash of this. Let's do that. There we go. Drop that down. Do that. There we go. Brilliant stuff. So, we've also become more aware that there is a widespread lack of understanding, even a disbelief of the day-to-day reality of the most disadvantaged in our community and how poverty impacts access to good food, green space, the natural world and opportunity, which in turn affects diet, health and the ability to participate and ability to thrive. So, the charity's mission. Through food, farming and countryside experiences, they aim to empower children to be confident, curious and create change in their lives and the world around them so they and society can thrive. So this is a future plan moving forward. Now, for me, this linked up really nicely to some of the people I talked with at Llama. And generally speaking, I've talked to a couple of other farmers about this as well. Because of my teaching background and working with children, and there was the forest schools thing when I was working at the school, I was very keen on trying to do some kind of farming related education system plan. But it's not something because obviously to be able to do it well, you either need to be a farmer, understand farming. It's difficult for a teacher to just jump in and say, look, here's a pack of stuff about farming, teach it. I was doing that. If it was something I didn't know about and someone said, well, you need to teach this lesson tomorrow, I'd have to go away and do research on it because obviously I don't know everything. So what do they do and how do they go about doing it? And this was very cool as well. So it is working with children, disadvantaged children, children suffering from poverty in different areas all around the country, which is absolutely incredible what they do. And there's there's teachers and leaders. I mean, I'll put a link to the website as well, so you guys can have a look. I'm excited because for me, you know, hopefully I can do some good. I can make a difference. I can help out with them and the charity, which is great. But for me as a farming nerd, you know what I'm like. You know what I'm like for my walk and talks, farm visits, tractors, farm shows, all the things I've done, walk and talks and videos on in the past. This is a dream come true because they're talking about me going out and visiting farms and looking at equipment and machinery, talking to the farmers. I mean, it's a no-brainer for me. And if I get to do that, make some videos, make some content, and spread the word a little bit as well, it seems like the perfect marriage for me. Anyway, so they have various different ways to do this. There's farm discovery. They've got coordinator and farmer-led day visits to local real-world farms for schools and groups, which I think is brilliant. Understanding where your food comes from is massive. And when I worked in the school, it was amazing and terrifying how many children didn't know where their food came from. Food discovery, growing and cooking vegetables, visiting local farms, creating a farmer's market, experiencing the joy of sharing a feast, that kind of stuff, which I think cooking is a huge part. What they do is very expansive and it's incredible. They do countryside residentials, 2 to 4 night residentials, exploring farms, forests, rivers and beaches. Again, brilliant. I taught children at the school where I worked who had come from different countries originally, had never seen the sea, had never been to a beach, where children that had come from different countries had never seen snow. And we don't get as much snow. I mean, some areas of the country do, but we don't so much where I live now. The amount of children that when it snowed would absolutely freak out because they'd never seen it. They'd never experienced it. Lower down the school, in the key stage 1 of the school I worked at, would do a visit to the seaside. And again, the amount of children, but even children that were born in this country, had grown up in this country, whose family were all native to this country, they weren't from foreign countries, had never been to the seaside. And those sort of things you don't really think about. It depends what your upbringing was and how you grew up and what you experienced. And it's not always as straightforward. And I think there's a big element to it, is that we all make assumptions based upon our own upbringings of how the world is and how other people are. And that's not true. That's definitely not the way it is, you know. So that's a big part of understanding all of that. They do a thing called Farm in a Box. They do Farm in a Bag now as well. And it's an out-of-the-box farming-inspired activities and resources that can be delivered to schools and groups. So basically, that just gets delivered. You open the box up, and there's a whole load of stuff you can do with children to experience all sorts of things. They did a thing recently called Plant Your Pants, and you had to buy a pair of cotton pants, and it was to check to see where you lived, the quality of your soil, because how the cotton degrades in the soil is a good indication of the soil health. So they did a whole thing on that as well, which is brilliant. Now you imagine doing that, especially at school, Plant Your Pants. The kids freak out at that kind of thing. Anyway, so they do a whole load of activities and stuff, and they have host farmers. And they've been talking about a few different farms that they want me to go and visit. They've been also talking about the fact that they're working with Tom Pemberton, and Tom Pemberton may become a host farmer for the Country Trust as well, which is just phenomenal. So you can imagine what I've already asked. So I just think for me it's a perfect fit. For them doing what they're doing, it's that thing of, I just think it's incredible. I think what they are doing and working towards and trying to achieve, and obviously that's a brief overview. There is so much more that they do and are doing. I'm just happy and pleased and proud to be able to say I am going to be a part of it moving forward. Am I still going to do my mod reviews and map tours? Yes. Am I still going to do my Let's Plays? Yes. Are there going to be some weeks where potentially it won't be daily? Maybe. It depends, because I know I've got some stuff coming up in the next month or so, because you'll know I've mentioned a while back, didn't I, about that I did that stuff from Nina's farm. Lovely, lovely lady and her husband Brian. I've talked about them before. And for the first time that I can remember, every year for MrSealyp's birthday, we go to the Lake District because MrSealyp loves the Lake District and it's her birthday, and we generally go. Sometimes I'll take a week off and I might record for 1 week, not another week. I might do just mod reviews, just map tours, just to Let's Play while we're away, because I generally take all my equipment with me when we go away on holiday. We're not going to the Lake District this year for MrSealyp's birthday. We're going to Nina's farm because it's lambing season. And Nina and MrSealyp have been chatting, and we're going to go to do some lambing for the week. So there's not going to be the same content coming out, but I'm going to do some live streams. I'm going to do some videos which I'll edit when I get home, potentially while I'm away. It depends. We're away for, I think, 4 days. And we're going to do some lambing stuff. Obviously not graphic stuff, but we're going to be talking about lambing, and we're going to get to experience lambing. I mean, for me, again, that's just, we're going to be on an actual farm doing some actual stuff. I know for you guys, especially from different places in the world, to be able to get to have a look at and see a UK farm, a sort of, a small holding type farm, it's brilliant, and I love them. I'm really looking forward to it. And then the week after we do that, I'm going for a day to visit a couple of farms with the Country Trust, which again I'm absolutely buzzing for. Both farms, I think, are host farms for the charity, so I get to talk to the guys about what it's like to be a host farmer, what that entails. We get to look at the farm, we get to look at some farm equipment. Both farms are very different. I'm really excited. I wouldn't say it's a different direction for my channel. I just think it's another string to the bow. I haven't done many walk and talks for a while. I haven't done a lot of that for a while. I haven't streamed for a while. There's a whole load of different reasons why I'm not going to go into at the moment. But I want to get back into doing that. And I just think as an experience, as an opportunity, it's phenomenal. And again, like I say, if I can make a difference, if I can help the charity, I think it'll be amazing. I'll put a link in the description. I'm not saying that this might. I'm not saying to people go and donate. You know, if you want to, absolutely go for it. But we have got some stuff coming up. That, again, I can't go into too much detail. But just to say, I'm going to be doing some stuff with them, which will bring some extra content, some cool stuff for you guys to see. Like I say, I'll put a link in the description if you fancy having a look, checking them out, see what they do. They are an awesome group of people doing awesome things, and they deserve some support. So, and again, thank you to all the people that I've reached out to already regarding them for your support as well, because it is incredible. Just, again, off the back of what Kermit said, the farming simulator community are amazing. Just incredible. What an incredible group of people to call friends, to have met, to be part of. I think it's just all wonderful. So anyway, gonna go all, so there we go. Right, I've talked about that enough. I need to get some more farming done. I haven't been paying attention to my top left to see whether or not it's showing as per having a full tank or not on field 4, potentially. So I'll whiz over and have a look at that. And once I've done all around the telegraph poles, I will get a worker going on here to get the rest of the ploughing done on this, and then it'll be second fertilising states, and then I'll get the sunflower in it. I was hoping to do something different in today's episode, but I don't think I'm going to. I think it's going to be more, I mean, at the end of the day, we come off the back of what I've said before when people are saying you're not doing any farming. We are doing farming. It may not be the farming you want to see, but we are doing farming. I know I'm not ploughing on the same direction. I know for your die-hard plough enthusiasts, I'm sorry. I'll get letters. So, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of time has passed, and in the game and in the real world. It's now Saturday. Good grief. The early bit of recording, I was just doing a bit of editing. Obviously, you all know this already because you'll have seen the thumbnail. At the time of recording, when I did this, I didn't know what the thumbnail was going to be, and I didn't know what I was going to do. You notice top right, money's gone down a bit, down to 44,000. That's interesting, because if you look over in the distance there's our original harvester. This is a new harvester. It's still going to be dirty because we've been doing a bit of work on it, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill out completely. No, I think now's a good point at this juncture. Let's do that. There we go, swing that around. Yeah, so I bought a second harvester. We said we were going to get multiples. I said I was going to get multiples. We've got a lot of root crop contracts coming up at the moment, so I thought, you know what, let's invest now. Once we get onto, if we get more regular harvest contracts come up, then if we've made enough money, then maybe I'll invest in that. I'm also thinking, again, it's interesting how different things happen, isn't it? Are there lights on this, or is that just the daylight? So the back looks really bright yellow, but I suppose no. I think I've gone similar colours. There might be some slight variances here and there. Let's do pipe out. And we'll load this up. I think I'm on my fourth load. Fourth? Well, this will be the fifth, maybe. It's working out about 10% each load, so it's taken a while, but we're getting there. Our field is ploughed. The field was a weird one. I'm not going to lie. Oh, I haven't finished ploughing it. I thought I had. Oh, like I say, because we're coming backwards and forwards. Yeah, when I went on it, when I've got my plough with on the Chief there, it didn't do rows up and down. I'd already started ploughing, of course. Once I'd started ploughing, it didn't matter that I went in and changed it back to up and down rather than it was doing diagonals. But the weird thing is, there were diagonals for GPS top half of the field, but diagonals to the bottom half of the field, there weren't any. Missing completely. So I'm having to do that by eye. So then that will need a second fertilising, and then we'll go. As I was talking about fertilising earlier on, and it's, again, that bizarre thing of how things change. So let's turn that off a second while we're doing this. There you go. How things change over the, or have changed over the last few days. And I was only talking about this either earlier in this episode or in the last episode, or at some point I was talking about it. It's crazy how, as stuff's coming out, you suddenly think, oh, that would be handy. Well, I could use that. That looks like a useful bit of kit, kind of thing. There is a fertiliser plant that requires slurry, manure, or what was the third thing? Something else, which I can't remember off the top of my head, to make fertiliser. Because I was only saying earlier on about the fact that someone had mentioned, why don't I use my fertiliser spreader rather than using the sprayer? And I said, well, I haven't really got any way of doing it. We have got an animal dealer up the road. If we can buy cheap manure to start off with, get that running to start producing our own fertiliser. Yes, so I might do that as well. And I was going to say as well, when I came to edit, when I was saying earlier on, when I was talking about the Country Trust, like I said, I didn't go into great detail, and this is the preliminary. This is me just saying to you guys, look, this is what's going to be happening in the future, and I'm really, really excited about what we're going to be doing and things that are going to happen. And for me, it's that thing of, it's going to be more content, more stuff for you to see, more things for me to do, or I didn't go into a lot of detail. I said earlier on, I'm not going to go into detail about this, but kind of health-wise, there's been a few issues, and when I did my thing before about losing weight, and I put a lot of weight back on again, and I'm struggling with it, and I'm struggling with that thing of I said about anxiety and mental health. And I talk about that a lot, about going out, and the problem you have when you're in that situation is going out is something you become nervous about doing because of increased weight. It becomes harder to do, and then you find yourself in a spiral of not wanting to do it. And I've also said before about my relationship with food growing up and now has never been great, that when I'm miserable, when I'm down, I eat. That cheers me up, albeit momentarily. And there's that bizarre thing that it's difficult to explain to people that don't ever experience that, so it's that thing of you then spiral into that, I'm feeling miserable, I'm feeling down, I'm not going out because I don't feel great, I'm going to eat something to cheer me up. You know, it's a weird thing, isn't it? So I'm trying to break that cycle, and I think the country trust coming in as well is a massive. I'm hoping it's going to kind of in a way force me to. You know, it's very easy to say, right, tomorrow I'm going to get up and do this. Then you get up the following day and go, well, you know, and you can find every excuse under some way you're not going to do something. You know, I need to make my videos, I need to do my Let's Play, I need to catch up on yesterday's, I need to do the mods from yesterday, I need to do the map tour that came out, I need, you know, you can always find a reason why you're not going to do something. And I said it way back when I did that very first walk and talk video, the hardest thing is doing that first step, putting on your shoes and stepping out the door, you know. That is the hardest thing. And for people that don't suffer ever with any kind of form of, you know, and like I said before, I've never ever thought I would talk about suffering from an anxiety. I don't have anxiety attacks, but I do get very kind of, you know, I'm not sure if I want to do something. And you might agree to do something initially and go, yeah, no, that sounds great. And then when it gets closer and closer to doing it, you get a little bit kind of, oh, I don't know, you know. And I'll be honest, I was a little bit like that with Llama this year, you know. I was buzzing and hyper and really looking forward to it. And like I said, meeting everybody again and meeting subscribers and people and chatting to people was absolutely awesome. But I struggled a lot this year, which I wasn't expecting to. So yeah, you know, I just wanted to kind of, you know, quantify what I was talking about earlier. And when I said I've talked about that enough, that wasn't in a derogatory, you know, I don't want to bombard everyone. I just wanted to announce it, and I think it is an awesome announcement. I'm really, really excited about what might happen, what the future holds, and that's a good thing to have something on the horizon. Or, you know, doing stuff with MrSealyp whenever we do, you know, when we did the Harry Potter thing on that Friday, that was brilliant. Going away for her birthday, can't wait. You know, it's having those things in the distance. We're going to do FarmCon, we're doing FarmCon, and I don't doubt leading up to it I'm going to be really nervous and I'm going to get anxious and I'm going to get stressed, because it involves flying and it involves, you know, there's a lot of things. MrSealyp will tell you, oh, my nightmare when we travel, because everything has to be, I have to plan everything out, bomb, and if it doesn't go to plan, anyway. So 2 harvesters running. I need to go and empty that trailer. We'll see if we get any left over, and then what I'm going to do before we finish, I'm going to put in probably on that plot of land we own already, because the money I'd earmarked for buying a plot of land, I spent on this second harvester. So what we'll do is we'll put it on the plot of land we've already got, I think. Actually, no, I don't think I've got enough. I think the facility might be 100,000. I don't think I've got enough. Oh, no. So we might have to finish this contract. Actually, I don't even check the contracts. How are we doing on our contract? Oh, it's only pays 42. That's not going to get us where we need to be. I was hoping we might just have like a fertilising contract that popped up for 50 grand or something like that. Well, I suppose it just means jumping on another harvest contract, which I could do off camera afterwards. Maybe I won't do it at the end of this episode. Just thinking, while we're going up here, let's go into here. Let's go to our factories. I don't think I've put it in my description yet, so I will try to remember. Oh, it's only 50 grand. Oh, we're sorted. Nay, bother. We'll be fine. We'll finish this contract and we'll put that in the fertiliser plant. And then what I'll do, I'll take my trailer. We'll whiz up. I wonder if I can do it in the organ wagon. Will the organ wagon take manure? If I go and buy 60,000 litres of manure, it will cost me a little bit, but then I can't remember what the recipe is. Is it a 5-to-1 down? How much fertiliser we'll get? Oh, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. Why not? So I'll see you in a bit. We've got a bit more of this done. I'm going to go and unload the trailer. And, yeah, we'll get that done at the end, hopefully. And just see what happens. You know, that's where we're at the moment, isn't it? Let's just see where it goes, because at the moment I have no idea. All my plans for what I was going to do, I think I had this thing of let's do pigs, let's do cows. The cows thing will happen once my alfalfa field grows, because I can cut the grass, we can ted it, we can do silage bales, you know, there's a whole lot of stuff we can do then, and we can start making tail mix ration. That's not a problem. The pigs thing, it was finding either having enough money to just go and buy pig food, which I was trying to avoid doing this time. I wanted to actually make pig food, and it was looking at all the various different pig food mixes available, and just in my head thinking, oh yeah, brilliant, let's get the pigs, let's sort it out. But I don't have enough crops of different crop types to make pig food yet. And I wanted to do it on a larger scale, because that little thing we've got, that little green one we're doing the seeding, we can do pig food in that. But at 2,000 litres a time, 2007 I think it holds, or 3,000, it's going to take us a while. So yeah, we need to go a little bit bigger on our pig food production. I think I can't see my other harvester because it's moving further away at the moment. I had to, I had 2 workers running on this, so I could run the cart. And the only way I could get this worker to leave the other worker alone, because it kept going over to the same part, was to split the, if you go onto here, what did I do? I changed something on here. Oh, skip lines. I did skip lines and put it on 2. Once I did skip lines 2, the worker then moved over to this side of the field and left the other harvester alone. That's why I've got the gaps in between the other half of the field. The worker's just going up and down with no gaps. So it's the only way I could really get it to work. There'll be all sorts of clever whiz-bangy ways people have worked out for doing it. Whatever works for you, don't worry about it. There might be a set formula. As long as it works, it doesn't matter. It's just gone midday, and I've got 54,000 litres left of spinach. Contract is complete. We're up to 85,000. That's all right. That's a fair old bit of spinach left over. We'll stick that into storage for use. Who knows what for? Or just selling. Or just building up a stockpile of stuff. Because you just never know. Every contract we do, if there's a little bit left over, brilliant, we'll keep hold of it. Because it'll be that one thing, like I keep saying about, you know, mods and various different things, that it'll be like 3 days away, 4 days away, or it'll be just my luck. I'll sell all my spinach, and the following day something will come out that you can use spinach for that's really, really cool, and you'll be like, oh no, I just got rid of it. All right, I'm going to take this up to the animal dealer. When we come back, and I hope this works. Like I said, we've got fertilising deal on that field, and then we need to seed it. So we are going to be putting sunflower in that. That'll be off camera now, I guess. We'll get that in, and then that'll need to be rolled with our big old roller. And then I guess we're going to be into, I'm just trying to decide whether or not off camera to pick up on the other contracts. Maybe. Now we've got the 2 harvesters. I'm thinking maybe that carrot harvest. I've clicked on it. I've pre-booked it. I don't know. We'll see. I've pre-booked it to hold it in place. If I change my mind, we can always finish contracts and then just, you know, collect on nothing if we wanted to. So I guess the thing now is going to be to see how expensive 60,000 litres of manure is. It shouldn't be too bad. I don't have a tanker yet, so as far as collecting slurry goes, or buying, not collecting, and then once we get animals going, we'll be producing our own, which will be great. And I want to do a big enough pen that we've got a lot of animals and we're producing a lot of stuff, which is also great. We need to go, I'm not quite sure actually, can't remember, around the back in it. So we'll swing round past the, which is first, this way, slurry tank, and then onto the manure tank. Yeah. This could be pricey, but then like I say, long term, again, it's like, well, you're going to spend 50 grand on the building. You could spend 50 grand on solid fertiliser and be quids in. Oh, there we go. So I say, I'm sure this takes it. We're about to find out. Yeah, but long term, having the facility, and if it's cheap, say it's cheap. I don't know, we're filling up fairly quickly. It's not going to be break the bank stuff, is it? If we're at a 5-to-1 ratio, if it brings us down to 10,000 litres, just thinking, 10,000 litres of solid fertiliser would cost us a pretty penny. And we're only looking at spending, what, 2-3 grand so far? And then obviously the building, but then long term, it will pay for itself. In spades, yeah, just under 4 grand. Just think of how much solid fertiliser I'd get for 4 grand, not a huge amount. And then when this runs through, if it is a 5-to-1, I'm thinking if it's 50,000 litres, it will give us 10, but it's 60,000 litres, so we're going to have, what's that going to work out at? 52? 52, 12. 52. What am I talking about? Yeah, something like that. And like I say, for 12,000 litres of solid fertiliser, it'd be quite, you know, just get the beacons on. I'll see you down in just a moment, and then we'll put the building in, we'll tip this in, and we'll get that chugging away. And I think we've been productive today. Like I say, the point of this episode was not what it ended up being, because of, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. It was like, oh, today's episode, pigs. But no, that's not going to work out. But we have got some more farming done, we've got some more contract work done, we've got some of our cornfield now re-prepped moving forward. We've got some more. We've got some spinach, which we didn't start out with. I'm going to fertilise the field, and then we'll get some sunflower in it. So, all careful, pull back in. Oh no. So I think this could probably do with the front weight. When I'm pulling this, we do seem to drift a little bit on the front end. I think it's just a little bit heavy on the back. I mean, it would be when you think about it. I might be having, I don't know if you've got the ability to tip this or not. In like the angle of it, not tip it. Of course we can tip it. We can unload it, but I mean to adjust the angle so we haven't got the weight on the rear axle, on the rear 3-point one, well, not axle, the rear hitch. Sorry. And we'll stick it in. I was going to say, I'll see you in a minute, and then carry on talking. Not a surprise, really, is it? So this area here, if I decide I was going to put an animal pen on it, we could do an animal pen the full size of this sort of squared area. But I'm thinking we've got this bit here over to the side, which is kind of spare. Let's turn beacons off. Go into back to our buildage mode, and then down to wherever it was, just there. We swing that round and put it right up against the road here. Gives us a bit of space. Then should probably put that on. No, just one notch. There we go. How much is this going to put in? I've got to be careful because I don't want it to put a big concrete pad down which goes over my field. Should have tested this first. Let's do it there. Oh yeah, not too bad at all. We can do a little bit of work with that, can't we? Put a bit of gravel down, give ourselves a little bit of a trackway. It doesn't take up a huge amount of room. We've got space for something next to it should we need it. And then I think tipping in was done. Yeah, just in where that hazard marked area is. We'll get some sort of fertiliser on the way. That wasn't a particularly good angle, was it? Good grief. This really has got some heft to it, this trailer. Once it's fully loaded, let's do that. There. Zoom in. Pipe out. Let's tippity tap it in. In goes our manure. I'm going to be really gutted now if I've misremembered between the mods and this is not a 5-to-1. Where is it? It's up here somewhere, isn't it? Is it up by the door? There we go. Yeah, 5-to-1. Yes. So let's click that on. Please do something. Come on, just a little bit. Just one. Just give us a litre. A litre. Come on. 1, 3, 2. Something. Come on. No? Well, we will get some at some point. I hope. Oh dear. Okay. Well, it says it's running. So, you know. Oh, hang on. I'm such a buffoon. It was just on there. What was the other thing? Oh, digestate. Yeah, we haven't got a biogas plant, have we? We don't own one. I'm trying to think. Is there one on the map? I can't remember. So if we get slurry manure from animals, that's fine. But if we decide to put either of those things into a biogas plant, we get a load of digestate out, or we did a big silage harvest and we just chucked a whole load of silage into a biogas plant, the digestate out we could bring here. But these two we can definitely get from the animal dealer. So I suppose I need to look at investing in a tanker. Get the tanker on. There we go. We've got a litre. 2 litres. We're off. Right. Solid fertiliser, here we come. Pipe in. And I will sign off. Got some more done, like I say. I'll get a bit of landscaping done around that. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And thanks for watching.